real soon. About to start right now. Here we go. All right, it's party time, man. Oh, LeetCode time. Did I go live? Live on YouTube, live on Twitch. All right, daily problem. Easy problem. Let me reset this. Construct the minimum bitwise array, part 1. You're given an array nums consisting of n prime integers. You need to construct an array ants of length n such that for each index I, the bitwise OR of ants I and ants I plus 1 is equal to nums I. That is, ants I or ants I plus 1 is equal to nums I. Additionally, you must minimize each value of ants in the resulting array. If it is not possible to find such a value for ants I that satisfies the condition, then set ants I equal to -1. How do you do this? It's marked as easy. So they say ants I and ants I plus 1. What? Is equal to nums I. Okay. So two things OR together. Man. Nums I is a prime number. So these are all prime numbers. What are you trying to tell me, man? Oh, ants I plus 1. I thought it was saying ants I plus 1. But it's ants I plus 1. So, and it must be as small as possible. So for 2, I mean, I guess this is something, I guess you can say x plus 1, right? I don't even know if those parentheses are necessary there. That would be equal to 2, right? And they're asking you, what's the... No. This OR, not plus. What does that mean? I don't really know yet, man. But this is marked as an easy problem. So let me draw my bit position. So if this is 4, 2, should I do 8? 8, 4, 2, 1. Alpha Diallo. Oh, go on. What's happening, man? Man of the hour is back. Hey, I just got back, man. I've been away for a few months trying to organize my life and move on, you know. So I'm finally settled down, or settling down now, and I should be back most days streaming. I'm streaming sometime on the weekdays. I'm streaming in the earlier parts of the day, probably around 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'm also doing the Monday, Wednesday, Saturday algorithm streams, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern time. Anyways, how the hell do you do this? So they're asking what two answers? I mean, I could just brute force it. I could, with these limits, I could just try every number to see if any of them equals to num's I, and the first one that I get is the answer, right? And if I go through all the numbers from whatever, then yeah, I'm gonna just do that, man. And then maybe I'll think about if it's worthwhile trying to make it more optimal. I guess it's always worthwhile to try, but sometimes maybe it's a little too hard. What was I saying I was gonna do? They want an ants of size n. Right? And then I'll iterate through all the num's i's, or all the nums with I. Bricky, what's happened? Is this the second stream of the day, or am I schizo? This is the second stream of the day. So earlier today I streamed some web dev stuff, and now we're doing the algorithm stream, LeetCode. So yeah, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays will be algorithm streams, and then weekdays will be doing whatever. All right, what was I doing? I was gonna brute force this dang thing because the num's I can only be up to 2 to 1,000. So, oh wait, I can't brute force. Can I? So when I OR something together, it will never be less. It can only get bigger, right? Like two numbers OR together can only ever be bigger. Is that true? Yes, it is true. So then I should not need to check any number that's larger than nums. So therefore, my brute force will be okay. Doodle the Dev, how are you doing? What's going on in here? I'm doing the LeetCode daily problem. Portnoy G07, how are you doing? I am back. That is correct. Yatta Fever, how you doing? We are so back. Took a little break, man. I had to sort some things out, IRL. As you can see, I'm in a new studio, a new house, new everything. So, bigger room for my studio. Before I was like really cramped up in a tiny room. Now I have this whole basement, man. It's bumping up in here. Grom Cakes, how are you doing? Thank you. What's LeetCode? LeetCode is a website that offers a bunch of algorithm puzzles that you can solve using programming. And you can solve them in any language. I choose to do it in C++ because that's what I'm most familiar with. And this is important for software engineers because all of the big tech companies, they ask you algorithm questions in the technical interview. Lots of plants. Yeah, I'm trying to be a gardener. I'm trying to be a basement gardener, man. That's my new hobby. We'll see how it goes. So far, after 5 weeks or so, my plants are still alive. Except maybe like one of them. I don't know. Do you finish gym in the basement? I have a little gym. I have a power rack with some weights. I have a bench, an adjustable bench. And I have some dumbbells, some of those adjustable dumbbells. What else I got? I got a little treadmill. And I'd like to get some more weights. Lurking. Alright, cool. No worries. Wait, I need to learn C++ because I'm getting into Unreal. So I'm going to do one. Dang, Unreal. Steven Sagiball. What's happening? Just one? Yeah, one so far, man. Maybe even 1.5. Did you install some automatic irrigation? Nah, I'm just gonna water them with a watering can. Han So High, what's happening? You can go make desktop apps with Unreal, not restricted to game dev. Interesting. I always thought Unreal was like game dev stuff. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we are going to do something. Should I try it from should I try from 0? Epsilon Dog, thank you very much for the follow. Alright, so for this number X, we'll try it, I guess, up to N. No, up to nums I. Right? Well, nums I. Not inclusive, perhaps. And I'm gonna be like, if X... Wait, they're talking about OR, and I put this XOR there. I was just thinking that. I'm using the wrong symbol, man. So I do that. So if that... Do I have to put more parentheses here? I'm not sure, but I just like to do them just in case. So if that is equal to nums I, that means ans I is equal to X. And I should just... How do you exit a loop again? Break. I should just break, yeah. Oh, wait. But I probably need some type of flag. Found good. And then I'll set this to true. And then here, after this inner for loop, I'll check if we found anything. If we didn't find anything. And if we didn't find anything, that means ans I is -1. Perhaps. And then I'll just return ans. What are y'all saying? Hey Simon, which was your job area at Google before you start the problem? Oh, don't want to interrupt. My bad. I just saw that. I was in infrastructure. I did C++ infrastructure for policy and regulations that Google has to comply with. And yeah, C++ infrastructure. But sometimes I did Java and sometimes I did Go and Python. Hey Raxo, how you doing? And FTB lag, thank you very much for that hydrate. If you guys wondering why the hell I'm saying FTB lag for this guy's face, it's because it tells me his name is FTB lag here, but he only has a face in chat. I don't know why that happens. Anyways, why did they remove pot friend? Hey, I don't know what pot friend emote is. Oh, I see. I see it on my stream. It's on my overlay. It's a little frog thing. I have the same... Wait. Because Unity, Unreal, and other game engines are marketed towards making games, but can actually make desktop apps. I see. What happens when we die? Sometimes I think about this question, Steven Sageball. I like to believe we reincarnate. That's what I like to believe. But I don't believe strongly in that. But if I had to pick something, that would be my answer. But then sometimes I wonder if you do reincarnate, are you limited to only being reincarnated as a life form on Earth? Or if there are other life forms out there in the universe, can you reincarnate as an alien? You know what I'm saying? Because all the reincarnation movies, they always show you come back as like a butterfly or a dolphin or something, like some other animal on Earth, man. Maybe you can only reincarnate up to a certain distance and then you're out of range, you know? Or maybe maybe you don't reincarnate. Who the hell knows? What are some great resources to learn Python? I don't know how to learn Python. A few years ago, people used to recommend a website called Free Code Camp. But I don't know if this is still the way to go. But I'll link it anyways. What if we are the reincarnated aliens? Yeah. Are we the reincarnate? Maybe we all came from another planet. Maybe every time you die, you reincarnate to a new planet, and you keep jumping like you're in a graph, and Earth is like one node. Shouldn't be cool to use some salmon points to water the plants? Nah, I don't want to overwater my plants, man, and kill them because everybody keeps redeeming hydrate for my plants. Want to join my game studio? Sure, I'll join it. I don't know if I'll do any work, but I'll join it, you know. Can put my name on the credits. I think the University of Helsinki has a free online course you can take that teaches you programming and Python. There you go. Somebody from YouTube is saying check out free university tutorials. I used their Java courses several years ago and it was great. Interesting. Yeah, there are some universities that offer free online courses. Apparently University of Helsinki is one. I've heard MIT and Harvard has one, like a CS course. I don't know if it's specific about just learning Python though. I think the ones that you'd probably do in the university are more geared towards computer science or computer engineering, you know, not just like learning how to code. Hey Simon, when were you able to resolve the LeetCode daily problems easily? What do you mean? When were you able to... You mean when... At what point during my LeetCode journey was I able to actually solve some daily problems? Man, I still can't solve a lot of daily problems, but I'd say it took me about... I don't like to say how long in like calendar days, because what the hell does it took me 1 year mean? You know? So I'm going to try to estimate how many hours I've studied before I could do like a lot of medium problems. I think roughly speaking, maybe about 200 or 300 hours in to my studies, I began to feel like I could solve some mediums, you know. At what point in your LeetCode journey were you able to solve daily problems like how to dress yourself and brush your teeth? Hey, Ice Cold Witch, what's happening? Yeah, a few hundred hours of study. More than 100 hours, less than 600. Even though I've studied for about 2,500 hours, I'd estimate. So I've been solving mediums for a long time, but I'm still unable to like solve hard problems because I don't really practice hard problems. Leet Whale in the house. What's happening, Leet Whale? So I tried to study LeetCode. When I studied, I tried to do at least like a 2-hour session, you know, whenever I decide to study. And in the beginning, it was really difficult to hit that 2-hour mark. I actually aimed for 3 hours, but if I did 2 hours, I'd feel like I accomplished something. But in the beginning of my studies, I don't know, maybe like hour and a half, and then I start to get fatigued. But you keep doing it every day and you build up the endurance, and then you do it long enough and you build a streak. And then now it's like you're in like a nice flow, so it just becomes routine after that. Q Ultimus, what's happened? Your endurance level is ghosted in LeetCode? Nah, man, I have endurance problems with LeetCode, but I just try to just practice a little bit every now and then. You know, I don't really practice nearly as much as somebody who's preparing for an interview, you know. Did you follow a path of LeetCode problems, or you just fake it till you make it? In the beginning, I was just doing random problems, and I quickly realized that I was a big scrub. It was like a reality check for me, man. I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna roll up to LeetCode, and you know, I'll learn it. Couple weeks, yeah, that's all I need. But it's been a couple years, and before I actually got decent. So I think you should think about long term for LeetCode. When I get fired, can I work at your company? Hey, for sure you can. But I don't know if you'll get paid where you can work. My Corey, what's happening? Your background is what made me stay. Can't tell if it was green screen or not. Hey, it's not a green screen. It's real. I swear, I've been having to do this a lot lately, but it's real. I'm gonna show you. Look at my plants. This is a neon pothos. There you go. Welcome, my Corey. How are you doing? Bob24 Moraine, what's happened? Welcome. Is that an AI generated plant? Man, I'm trying to grow some real plants. Q. Thank you very much for that hydrate, my Corey. Cheers. Hey, you got YouTube action. What shampoo you use? I'm jealous. I don't use anything crazy, man. It ain't the shampoo, I'm gonna tell you that. I got it from my mama. That's who I think I got it from. So much room. Brent Arata, how are you doing? Yeah, this house is pretty big. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit too big. This is just the basement, man. Did you already receive the pending check from Google? Hey, I just got paid on Friday. Yeah, I got my money, man. But as I was saying earlier, like earlier today in one of my streams, they took half of my money, man, and held it as taxes. So it ain't the big chunk I was hoping for, because I'm not planning to pay that much in tax this year, since I probably have almost, well, my only income is that severance check. So they held 50% for taxes, And I ain't paying 50% on whatever that severance check was, man. That's way too high. So basically the US government is holding my money. They got a free loan from me, man. I don't know if there's some way I can just be like, hey guys, come on, give me my money back, you know. We'll see. How many questions daily do you get about your hair? I don't know, man. Why do some devs have great pay but still no money? Because they're always spinning up VMs for side projects. Man, VMs don't even cost that much. What you talking about? The Kenneth Y. What's happened? Hold them hostage? Yeah, they're holding my money hostage. Are you programming with AI? Not right now, but I do, or I will be tomorrow. All right. You guys ready for I'm gonna do the virtual contest real quick. Not real quick. The virtual contest is 90 minutes. So I'm going to try to solve as many as I can. What is the difference between Twitch and YouTube? Does it make any difference? I don't know about Twitch. The difference, I don't really know, man. I like streaming on Twitch more because that's where the majority of my community is. This is where I started streaming. So one of the biggest things I noticed, the difference between Twitch and YouTube, is Twitch has these channel points, and you can redeem channel points for things like hydrate or whatever. I find the community on Twitch is a little bit different than the community on YouTube. Like the type of person on Twitch is, you know, a certain type, I guess. And YouTube, it's more general, like I guess more of a general audience. What else is different about Twitch and YouTube? I don't know. It's easier to browse on Twitch, maybe. Yeah, Twitch is purple, YouTube is red. That's the biggest difference. Feel like you do great doing some ASMR programming. Hey, maybe that's what I'm doing right now, man. There are more gamers on Twitch. Oh yeah? Alright, here we go. Virtual contest. Let's get this party started. If I had taken the contest on the weekend. Here we go, Q1. Vowel, consonant, score. You're given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters, spaces, and digits. Let V be the number of vowels in S and C be the number of consonants in S. A vowel is one of these, while any other letter is a consonant or a consonant. The score of the string S is defined as follows. If C is greater than 0, the score is the floor of V over C, where floor denotes rounding down to the nearest integer. Otherwise, the score is 0. Return an integer denoting the score of the string. So I'm going to count vowel and consonants. Right? So I'm just iterating through. What was it? A, E, I, O, U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, E, I, O, U. So if it's one of these, then man, how am I gonna how am I gonna check that easily? I guess if C maybe like this, I can use the ASCII representation and they're all grouped together. Ah, but it's lowercase. Oh, good thing it's not uppercase too. So, and if this is true, then it's... No, come on, man. That's a vowels. This is a consonants. Right? And then they say, so if that's that, return that. Otherwise, return 0. That's all they're asking. So I think I don't have to do floor or anything because this automatically rounds down in C++. Uh-oh. I'm typing their equation. But I should use my variable names. Alright, 2, 1, 0. 2, 1, 0. I'm gonna send it. Alright, Q1, A seed, accepted. Q2, too easy, Leet Whale. Maximum capacity within budget. You are given two integer arrays, costs and capacity, both of length n, where cost I represents the purchase cost of the ith machine, and capacity I represents its performance capacity. You are also given an integer budget. You may select at most two distinct machines such that the total cost of the selected machines is strictly less than budget. Return the maximum achievable total capacity of the selected machines. What are you talking about, man? I swear, anytime I read a problem, I have to read it one more time. Because I don't ever understand the first pass, you know. Too much joking around for this. What is it saying? Cost and capacity. How much it costs? And we have a, oh, this is just take it or leave it, man. No, you can only select two distinct machines. So you just need the top two, right? From YouTube, Aditya Kumar, what's happening? How much problem do you solve on LeetCode? I've solved about 1,500 on LeetCode. Here's a link to my profile. 1455 on LeetCode, which is a lot, I guess. Anyways, where were we? Maximum capacity within budget. So, BetSimp, what's happened? I thought you had been streaming for like 9 hours at first. No, man, I don't have that type of endurance. I tried streaming 12 hours a couple times, and I swear, by the end of the third or fourth day, I was like, my throat was really hurting, you know. YT Motto, what's happened? What am I working on? I'm doing a LeetCode virtual contest, and I'm on Q2. Thank you very much for the follow. Alright, so they're asking two machines that's less than budget. How do you solve this, man? I feel like I guess we just, man. Is this just a take it or with two machines? It feels like there's an easy way to like do this. Otherwise, I'm thinking just take it or leave it. But take it or leave it sounds like a bit silly if you can only choose two distinct machines, you know. But it will work. Perhaps. Perhaps it will work. But the budget, perhaps it won't. I don't know. Alright, let me think a little bit. Am I overthinking it, man? It sounds simple, right? You just have to select two things. I wonder if we can... Alright, I'm thinking of trying to sort this by some way. Should we sort it by their capacity per cost? And we want the highest capacity per costs within our budget. But will that always be true? I'm not sure. Reflex Flame says Slay Girl. I don't know what you're talking about, but welcome to the party. Raxo, what's happening, man? Is this problem easy and I'm tripping? Or am I tripping because it's not easy? Just have a budget. Just curious, do you have a math background at all? Shaka Bre, what's happened? I do not have a math background. I think, alright. I graduated university a long time ago, more than 15 years ago. And I guess technically I have a minor in math, but I think almost every engineer has a minor in math. But math, I'd say, is not one of my strengths at this moment. What did you study? I studied mechanical engineering. Let me think here, man. I don't know. Anything wrong with mechanical engineering? I don't think anything wrong with it, man. But I think the amount you get paid as a mechanical engineer is not that great. So that's why I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm sweet art major. Can't say painting has helped me much. Yeah. Hey, maybe it's helped you indirectly and you're just not able to see clearly how it has helped you. Alright. Raxo says I should be able to solve this, man. Let's see. Just two machines. And it needs to be pretty much an n log n or better solution. First time viewer, tell me about your background. Well, I studied mechanical engineering. I couldn't find a job. I graduated in not a great time for the economy. Couldn't find a job. Worked in some restaurants for a while, saved up some money, not a lot, maybe like $4,000. And then I used that money to pay for my living while I studied programming. And I was freelancing for a long time. And then I decided I didn't want to freelance anymore. And I got a job. Well, yeah, I don't know how to. It's long, man. But basically, I decided to grind LeetCode to get a big tech job. And then I got a job at Google and I worked there for 4 years. And now I just quit, so here I am. That's my background. Link the YouTube video. There ain't no YouTube video, man. We have midnight in Europe. What? Midnight's everywhere, man. Why C++ crumpled up or crumpled U paper? C++ is the language that I'm most familiar with. That's why. Sure, we've been asked a zillion times, but the gist is Google was just boring. Yeah. For me, maybe not. I don't know. Boring for me doesn't mean absolutely boring. I think maybe boring is the wrong adjective I should use for Google. But I suppose the real reason is I just wanted to do my own thing and not do what the company tells me to do. That one has a YouTube video. Oh, maybe with real Raymond Jones. Yeah. How do you deal with feelings of inadequacy and an existential dread? I don't know, man. I don't really feel those things, man. So I can't give you any advice. At least not right now. Maybe in the past I felt those things, but I don't really know how I dealt with them. I drank a lot, smoked a lot. How do you learn C++? Any books? I learned C++ on the job. So I starts off, alright, when I started doing LeetCode, I decided to do it in C++. And I never coded any C++ in my life before that point. So basically LeetCode taught me how to use the standard library and how to, well, some things in the standard library, and how to write the syntax, you know. And then I learned C++ on the job when I worked at Google. Do you study by yourself or college or boot camp? I went to university for mechanical engineering, and I studied, in the beginning I studied how to program from YouTube. I can't say by myself because I just watched people tutorials in like the first few weeks, and then after that, you know, back then there wasn't that many resources like that. So I suppose after that I taught myself. Yeah, maybe I had a couple mentors here and there, but I'd say for the most part I taught myself. Do you get a company idea yet? Yeah, I'm working on a few things, man. How do you learn data structures and algorithms? I studied every day for many days in a row. And here's a quick timeline of my streaming journey. So I started streaming June 1st, 2021. At this point, I was already, maybe I had like 200 problems on LeetCode or 100 problems on LeetCode done when I first started to stream. I don't remember, maybe more. And yeah, so I got a job at Google in December of the same year. So it took me 6 months of studying, or 5 months or so, and then the rest, whatever, boring corporate work. But not, wait, not how to use templates. Hey, I've used some templates at work, man. I've used templates, and what else? I've used some interesting things. I've been exposed to pretty much everything I need to know. But I'm not very strong with template programming, man. So wait, I don't think I really answered this question. How did I learn DSA? I streamed everything on Twitch, and Twitch chat taught me. There are so many people in this Twitch chat who are really, really good at algorithms. Raxo Sabe is one of them, hence the VIP. Raxo Sabe is actually a competitive programming coach for multiple national teams, man. This guy is a two-time ICPC world finalist and much more. But there's other people that help me, not just Raxo. Damn, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Damn, all you gotta do is stream on Twitch and you have access to such great talent willing to spend their time to help you. That's insane, man. I don't see why I wouldn't do it, you know? I think that's the best way to actually learn algorithms is to stream it. But you have to get over a major hump, like mental hump, to be that vulnerable online, I suppose. Even the guy surprised by his own description? Nah. I'm just telling the truth. Are you skipping my questions? Hey, what questions? If you have Google in your biography, everyone will hire you? I don't know, man. I haven't tried. What other questions are you saying I'm skipping? I'm not skipping anything, man. When did you decide to change from Pomo sessions to more community talk streams? Damn, I haven't done a Pomodoro stream in a long time, man. And I do them very infrequently. So maybe the correct answer is, why did I stop doing Pomodoro sessions? I only started doing Pomodoro sessions when my ass was in trouble at work. So I used to work from home when I could. And on those days, I would like do Pomodoro sessions to like really focus and lock in. And then after about 2 weeks of Pomodoroing, I was caught up with all my work. Denzel, what's happening? Love the stream. Big up. Hey, thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. What are you talking about, man? Who knows what that says? Did any company offer a job when you quit? No. None. I'm not looking for a job. And I'm not crazy enough to get headhunted by random people, you know? Alright. So, let's try and solve this problem. What was I'm thinking, should I sort based on the cost per capacity? Or the capacity per cost, you know? And then I just select the highest things that I can. Still unsure. Should I peek ahead? Oh shit, Q3 looks crazy. I hate these design questions, man, on LeetCode. They're so annoying, so much to read. Anyways, let's stick with Q2 for a little bit. So at most 2 distinct. Strictly less than the budget. And the budget can be quite large. The only thing I can really think of is to sort by capacity per cost. And then what? And then can you take the two? Not sure. I'm not sure, man. Oh, I wonder if we can binary search. Can we binary search? Let me think about that. Like, binary search on the achievable total capacity. But then, how can we validate that something that we chose would be able to work? So like, let's say we guessed, the answer here is 8. Let's say we guessed 5. How can we be sure that we can do that? We can reach a capacity of 5. Well, we can't select this one because it costs 8 and we need to be less than 8. But maybe I can. Maybe I can do some weird binary searching. Alright, here's what I'm thinking now. This might sound crazy, but I'm thinking of sorting. Damn, what am I thinking of, man? I'm thinking of like iterating and fixing one and like, alright, we'll select this if it's less than our total budget, and then we do some type of binary search for the next item in our list somehow, some way. But how do we do that? For example, if our budget is 8 and we selected this one that costs 4, our budget left is 4, or really 3, because if we touch 8 it's too much, so we have 3 left over. I mean, we can do some type of binary search on the capacity for 3. No, because then they have different costs. Alright, let me think. Mini knapsack. Hey, that's the first thing I thought about, was take it or leave it. But I believe I'm not certain, but I think it will TLE because it's 10 to the 5th items and the capacity is a lot. So it's, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like it's gonna TLE, man. Let me think. I'm so screwed. You don't do knapsack to choose 2 elements. That's also what I was thinking. I think knapsack to choose 2 elements. How the hell, man? How the hell are you gonna choose 2? This is giving me a lot more trouble than it probably should. I'm gonna just pass it off as I'm rusty. Believe it or not, your ideas are close to what it's expected. Alright. I can't put everything together though. Alright, first things first. I'm almost certain we need to find out the ratio of capacity or cost per capacity. Let's use cost 1 plus cost 2 is less than the budget. Jeez. Why didn't I think of that? What are we doing? We're trying to figure out the ratio. So double, what should I call it? Cost, capacity per cost. I'm gonna call it score. What's it? How do you do that? Is it capacity I divided by cost I? But I have to cast something to a double. Then what the hell am I gonna do with this score, you know? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this score. I'm gonna just zip everything up using these silly data structures that I like to create. Double P I I should not be doing silly things like this, man. But I'm gonna do it anyways. So we're gonna put the score and then cost and capacity. And then maybe we sort everything. But man, I don't know, man. We can select up to 2 things. So maybe, alright, I think what this means for us is we find the single most highest capacity within budget, and that's one choice. And then we find the 2 that combines gives us the most capacity, and that's the second, and we just take the max of those 2. So I don't think we need to figure out how to like fit, you know, 1 and 2 into one algorithm. So basically, I'm pretty much trying to figure out how to select 2, exactly 2 distinct machines here. Mike Mills 88, thank you very much for the follow. Wait, what are y'all talking about? I think it's easier to just sort the elements by cost and then use 2 pointers. Wait, thing is, this is knapsack reducible, but knapsack problem can't be solved using the idea of cost capacity, since that would be a greedy approach. David does dev, what's happened? Welcome. How to start LeetCoding? Have you tried and failed, or have you just been scared to start because it feels overwhelming, or what? Like what? Why do you want to LeetCode? You know, maybe you should ask yourself that question and then think about how you're gonna start, or what will motivate you to start. Are you just doing it because everyone says you should do it, or what? I mean, what should I study first to improve my problem solving and to have a job? Man, I don't know. I think you should probably check out the LeetCode Explorer if you're an absolute beginner or something. They have so many different guides here, man. And if you've tried to just read one of them, I think you'll have a good idea of what lies ahead for you. I think this is super basic stuff, the beginner's guide. But maybe data structures and algorithms might be a good start. You know, they go from arrays, strings, they go through like all the different topics people talk about, many different problems. I have a list here as well. Hey Denzel, thank you very much for the Prime subscription, man. I'm gonna add it to my website. Look at that. Thank you so much, Denzel. One of the first for 2026. Why don't you create a course or some material with LeetCode? You have a lot of experience. Hey, I've been asking myself the same question for like 3 years, man. Why don't I do it? And the answer to that is because I'm a little bit lazy. And I used to have a job. But now I don't have a job, so I can do whatever I want. But I'm still lazy. But I'm trying not to be as lazy as I was when I had a job. So it might be coming, man. You just need to hang tight. I might be working on it. I might not be working on it too, you know. You never know. Wait, gotta lock in, yeah. The answer is procrastination, yeah, pretty much. Alright, I think I'm about to give up on this problem, Raxo. I don't know what the hell to do. I can't convince myself that anything I thought of will work. You know, like I can't convince myself enough to like even try. So, alright. There's this case for a knapsack. If you sort them by W over V, you will use the first element only, since they can't be used at the same time because weight sum C plus 1 is greater than C, but the second element would be a better choice. Just focus on cost, not cost per capacity. Just focus on cost. Alright, I'm gonna delete all this junk. Raxo says just focus on the cost. Well, we just need to try anything can we try all of them? Focus on the cost. I mean, oh shit. I don't know, man. Huh. Is that a particular article? Or wait, what? Who said? Ice Cold Witch said something? Where? I don't even see anything, man. I guess you could. I can't even click it. Anyways, wait. If you decide to do it, I'll be the first one to buy, and I'll learn LeetCode just because of you. Oh yeah. Hey, I think LeetCode is a great skill for career mobility if you're a software engineer, man. If you can master LeetCode, I don't think you really have to worry about hopping jobs, or you can get hired on demand, basically. Alright, Raxo says just focus on the cost. I sort by the cost somehow. But a higher cost doesn't necessarily mean higher capacity. But maybe I need to remember the highest capacity at what cost, at this cost, or something, you know? And then when I choose one, I just look for how much capacity I have left, and then I can be like, give me the highest capacity available for this much. Or no, I don't even know if that's possible. Double streams are back. They are, man. I will buy it. Dang, maybe I should get started on that dang course. Hey, it is in the works, man. Here's what I want to do. I want to make the course for sure, but I don't just want to like make a couple videos and upload it. I'd actually like to teach a course, man, like a live course. I think I take a lot of inspiration from Learn with Leon. I don't know how many people have seen it, but Leon and the 100 devs, I didn't really pay attention much, but I know he did a live boot camp to learn web dev. But I'd like to create some type of community like that, where I have a class sometime this year, and maybe it's like a set amount of time, 2 months, right? And every week, a few times a week, I'm gonna stream, and we're gonna go through all the topics, and we're all gonna interact and help each other out. This is something I really want to do real soon, in the next few months, and I'm working towards it, to be honest. Live course, please. I record them and sell them for thousands of dollars. Hey, thank you. Oh shit, I forgot to check my YouTube messages. Sort the pairs, and then make a prefix max on capacity and apply a binary search. Oh dang, sounds like the full ass answer, man. Let me think about that, because I already kind of gave up. AP Titan, what's happened? Welcome. Head Tennis, what's happened? I got some templates I could send you. I have all my stuff up on the web. It's all through GitHub. Oh yeah, I'll take a look, man. Thank you, Head Tennis. I was a part of that first 100 devs. Leon is amazing. Oh snap. Yeah, there's a few people from 100 devs around here in Twitch. And I don't, is he still active? Is Leon still doing his thing or what? Maybe 1 day a week and chat only for members. You know, the hustle, and maybe some content set if someone wants more details or info. I'd probably not do it only 1 day a week, but we'll see. Leon is still doing something or other. I want to say Juicebox Hero is working with him. Interesting. Juicebox Hero. Wasn't she at Twitch? Anyways, I don't really keep up with what people are doing. Alright, somebody on YouTube said sort the pairs, make a prefix max on capacity. Apply a binary search. I guess that's similar to what I was thinking, maybe? I don't know. She left and joined a non-profit. And I think it's something Leon's runs or is associated with. Interesting. Binary search is not necessary, but it doesn't affect the complexity anyways. Alright, so yeah, I wasn't thinking of the binary search part, but I was thinking of like, I guess I didn't know it was called a prefix max, but remembering the best answer at a certain point, you know. Anyways, We gotta do something, man. Should I zip it up? I'm gonna zip it up. Or pair it up. Right? Alright, finally I'm coding something. I'm gonna just call it zipped of size n. Here we go. Zipping it up. How am I zipping it up? Zipped I equals to and then so I do a custom sort. Maybe. Let me think. I'm thinking a custom sort because how do you do that? Something like this. And I want to say if the costs are equal, if the costs are equal, then we sort by capacity. What am I doing, man? This is a pair, right? So first, capacity second. What am I doing with these eyes too? It's been too long since I coded C++, man. I don't even remember how to do it. And then we want the costs less than. Alright, hopefully that will sort the way I want. Wait, shouldn't you be sorting zipped? Yeah. Raxo, thank you. Thank you. Wait. Kartik, what's happened? Welcome to the party. Did some snooping. Wait, how will you choose 100 people? Hey, I don't even think I get 100 people, man. So why not name the type P instead of pi? Because I don't like P, but I like pi. Come on now. Resilient coders. Hey, is that Leon right there? Look at this guy. Managing Director of Engineering. That's a nice title. Interesting. Should I apply? Can I work? Can I work with Leon, man? I don't know. This guy, yeah, this is the guy I'm talking about, man. I really like what he did a few years ago with 100 devs, you know, on Twitch. I didn't really look at the quality of the content or anything, but I know he was doing it, and I know he has helped so many people, and a lot of those people have stopped by my stream and mentioned him. So I only have like good vibes coming from Leon. Why not use views zip? Because I don't know what the hell that is, man. He seems cringe, looks like a scam. I don't know. How can it be a scam if he doesn't charge you? Because I think he did everything for free, you know, like his 100 devs thing. And I've seen people really get jobs and help each other in that 100 devs community. But anyways, what we're trying to do, we're trying to figure out these capacity things. So let's say the capacity is at most 100,000. Let me think. How are we gonna do that, man? So we zip them up, we sort them. I swear I had everything, and then now I don't remember what I was thinking about. Nothing on the internet is free, man. There's some things free. So I sort them, and I want to say this is the best capacity at this cost, right? Yes, that's what I was trying to do. But how do I do that? Do I make like tripping right now. Why am I tripping? What the hell am I doing, man? The best capacity, yes. I was thinking of some crazy stuff. I don't even want to say what I was thinking, man. So like, let's say maybe I can create a new thing, and then so, alright, I don't know how to articulate why I'm swirling right now in my head, but I'm trying to figure out how to save the best capacity for a certain cost. And I'm not sure if I should do some crazy thing like this, you know, and then like fill everything out per index, and then with the remaining capacity I have, I just look it up in this all capacities or all costs or whatever, and it will tell me like the highest at a certain thing. Seems a little bit crazy. Or if there's some way where I can just do it differently. Anyways, that's what's tripping me up right now. I don't even know if that makes sense. So let's say zipped I guess second is the thing. Alright, I think I'm having some ideas now. Maybe I can just store the capacity. Shit, what am I thinking? Maybe I can use a map? Store the capacities in this map. Harish from YouTube, what's happened? Hey, long time. Yeah, it's been a few months since I've streamed consistently. Alright, so we're trying to get the best capacity that we've seen so far, and then now... Wait. put the cost. I'm gonna just make this a little bit more easy for me to read. How do I do that? Can I be like cost and capacity like that? This will be the cap. This will be the cost. And then I don't know what to do next. Now I go through all of these and I check like what's the best at, you know, a certain thing. But this is a map, so it's not going to have every single capacity in there, but I need to find the first number that's, so I guess I can binary search in the map for what I'm looking for, but I don't know how to binary search in a map. Parentheses if it's gonna work. Wait, what are you talking about? For who? For this thing? I don't know. Oh, don't know if you can do that or not. I usually do this when I'm like doing, you know, q.pop or something. I don't know if this is creating a copy. Should I do it like that? Who knows? Oh, Jesus. This question is giving me a lot more trouble than I want it to. Man, I'm just gonna do whatever right now, because I don't know how to do it. Since these are sorted, well, I'm gonna just do something crazy. So what's in here? This is the cost and the capacity in the map of the best. Anybody who's watching me code this junk, they're probably so lost, because it's not making any sense to me. So this should already be sorted, and what I'm thinking of doing is just binary searching on this to find. Can I do that, or is there like a binary search on a map? Hey Raxo, you gotta guide me, man, because I'm going way off course right now. Right? Wait. Lower bound. That's what I'm thinking. I can do a lower bound. I know you can't just do a regular lower bound. You gotta do like a strange lower bound. Like that. Or I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm just gonna use this thing called IDK, and it's basically the map. And then I'm gonna look for a lower bound in there. I don't even remember what I'm doing, man. So, all right. So now I'm going to iterate through, check the cost if it's within budget. So that's our target that we're looking for. And then we're trying to find the highest capacity for this cost. So I'll use man, it's been a while since I did anything. I even forget the difference between lower bound and upper bound, man. Lower bound is like greater than a target, and upper bound is greater than equal to the target. I can't believe I forget. Lower bound versus upper bound. Lower bound is greater than or equal, and upper bound is greater than. How am I gonna forget that, you know? So for lower bound, yeah, lower bound I'm looking for greater than or equal to. Yes. So I'll be like, oh shit. What am I gonna be like? I'm struggling with the syntax for this. Lower bound, idk.beginning. So that's like a normal sort, and it should be the smallest first. Can I even do this on a pair thing, man? I don't even know. Can I just be like target? I've spent too much time on this problem. No. Why IDK is a map of best? Can you do a lower bound on a map? I know there's some structures where you can't, but maybe there is. Let's just C++ lower bounds on map. It's an ordered map, but the memory isn't contiguous, so you need like, oh, you need their special lower bound, and then, all right, I'm gonna try that. Like, it's not this lower bound, but you gotta use the map of best. And we're looking for a target, right? Is that, no, it's an iterator, right? Man, I'm struggling with C++ these days. So if IT, let's say, then we found something, and then we have to check if that's equal to the target, then we can use it. But if it's not, I guess if it's greater than the target, that means we need to use one before it. Or is that? So I decrement the iterator. I don't know why I'm tripping today, man. Problem link. My bad. I just seen the message on YouTube. Anyways, that's our target. So now I'm worried, like, if it's the first element it found and then decrement it, then it'll be like out of range, right? Anyways, we'll get to that case when it fails. So this is the cost, and then we already have the capacity. This is suspicious because this could definitely give trouble if the iterator is whack, but I'm gonna leave it there anyways for now. I feel like I've spent way too much time on this problem. Good thing I didn't take the contest. It would have been a terrible performance. What kind of syntax is that, man? Oh, man. It ain't right. It ain't right at all. How the hell am I get 10, you know? My Corey, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Skyflex Dev, thank you very much for the follow. I'm really struggling tonight, but don't you worry. This is normal. Alright, time to do a little bit of see outs. What am I see outing? Maybe that. We'll see. Big struggles tonight, man. So cost is 4. It has a capacity of 1. And it says the highest thing we can hit is a capacity of 7. That looks... That should be a plus, but same thing. So that looks alright. Alright, here's a wrong case. 7 plus 7. That should not be possible, right? Because how are you gonna get a capacity of 7, man? How the hell did that happen? Let's try and figure it out, because it's looking for 0. Because our budget, oh wait, our cost, sorry, I got confused. Our budget is 5. Or 4, I guess. And then when it looks up 4, oh, because we can't select the same one. We can't select the same machine, man. That's why this isn't working. So it's selecting that machine 2 times. So how can I fix that, man? I could erase it from the map and put it back in. But how do I know that's the one that... I give up. I give up on this problem. Can't believe I have to give up. Like, I see. All right, let me look at another case. Like, why? So I'm saying 6. The answer is 6. Very good. And in case 3, I'm saying it's 10 when the answer is 9. And that's because I'm reusing the same capacity. Anyways, I'm done. Q3. Should I take a little break after that one? That one kicked my ass. Still haven't solved it. I am losing my skill, man. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, not super happy about that problem. Design auction system. You are asked to design an auction system that manages bids from multiple users in real time. Each bid is associated with a user ID, an item ID, and a bid amount. Implement the auction system class. Auction system initializes the auction system object. Add bid. Takes in user ID, item ID, and bid amount. Adds a new bid for item ID by user ID with bid amount. If the same user ID already has a bid on item ID, replace it with a new bid amount. Update bid. User ID, item ID, new amount. Update the existing bid of a user ID for item ID to new amount. This is guaranteed that this bid exists. I guess these things are like the same thing then. Remove bid. User ID and item ID. And it removes the bid of the user ID for item ID. It is guaranteed that this bid exists. Get highest bidder. Item ID returns the user ID of the highest bidder for item ID. If multiple users have the same highest bid amount, return the user with the highest user ID. If no bid exists for the item, return -1. Is this a tricky problem or what? Or is it straightforward? So, I mean, it sounds like we just use a map. Maybe I have to create some type of user ID and item ID. What are the constraints here? So user ID and item ID are up to 50,000 each. And then we need get highest bid for an item. So, all right, we need, how the hell we're gonna do this? We need a map from user ID to, should I make like a key? User ID plus item ID. Wait, why would I even do that, man? So you add a bid for a user ID and an item ID. Right? So we have a map like this. Some type of key that combines these two things. Maybe this would be like some string. I don't know, man. And then maybe we need, all right, I'm trying to think, how can we get the highest bidder for an item? So maybe we have another map for the item ID, and then we're gonna map that to all the bids. I suppose we can just use some type of priority queue. Because we can insert things, have them sorted on insert, and then we'll give it like a custom sort based on no. We only need the highest bid for an item. But we also need to know who's the highest bidder. Let me think. All right, this one is like user ID. I'm no good at these problems, man. So that'll be a single user and item bid. I guess we can have so many different maps, man. We can have a map from item IDs to I don't know. I'm thinking update the bid, remove the bid. It's guaranteed that this bid exists. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna have a map from the item ID to a map of the bid. So it'll be like int, and what do they want? They wanted the highest user ID. So maybe we can have that in a set. That's a crazy data structure, man. Yeah. So this would be a string to, what's this map int? This is a bid to users. So all the ties in the bids. So when we're looking for an item ID, we can just find the biggest bid in this map. And if the set has multiple, well, we just return the reverse beginning of the set, you know, like the highest number in this set. So that should be the get thing. And then when we remove a bid, we look in the item ID string key, and then how do we know how much they bid? So I guess we would have to keep this as well. All right, I'm about to start implementing. I think I have all the pieces. But we'll see. This problem seems a little bit trippy. All right, so what the hell am I using? A map of, I guess this could be an unordered map because we don't need the items to be sorted here. Who cares about that? But we do need these inner maps and sets to be sorted, right? Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna create that. Should that be in public? Who cares? But I suppose we should not have it in public. So this is a string, and we're mapping it to the bid, and then this is a set of all the users that bid that much money. I'm gonna call this all items, and then we'll need another map that will map a compound key of a user ID and item ID to the highest bid. So it would be, I'll use a string again, user bids. Pink, thank you very much for the follow. So where are we at, man? All right, how are we gonna add a bid? I guess we can make that compound key or whatever. Should I create a function to do that? Create key. I don't think we need to do all this fancy stuff. Kazaa, thank you very much for the follow. All right, so that's my key. So now when we add a bid, we need to add, first, we need to create the key. And then we put that into the user bids map. Bid amount. And then we have to insert that into the all items map. And we do that by saying all items can I do that? I think so. What was my data structure? So it's giving me back a map of bids. How am I gonna erase? Anyways. And then that gives me back a map of sets. I guess I can just insert the user ID as an integer there. Alright, I think this might work for the add bid. Let me try and finish everything off though. So updating a bid, we'll need the key. We update the bid amount, yeah. Well, what's different with can I just call add bid for update bid? I think I can. But I'm not sure. It seems the same, man. What am I doing differently? Oh. I need to... Oh, yeah. Well, maybe update should first call remove the bid, and then I add the bid. All right, so I'll do remove bid first. Carl Angas 2022. What's happened? How are you doing? I'm trying to do some LeetCode, but I'm struggling real bad tonight. All right, now let's do the remove bid. So how are we gonna remove a bid? I guess we make the key, right? Then we get the bid. So it'll be user bids key. That's bid amounts. And then now we need to also remove the bid from all items. So all items is all items doesn't need to be a dang string. I can just have it as an int, right? I don't know why the hell I'm casting it to a string. It's just more work for no reason. Alright, item ID. So now we're removing this bid. Well, let's reference that, and then we're gonna remove that bid. So bid map, bid amounts, erase, user ID. That's it. That's all. Oh, but maybe we can also check bip map. Should be bid map. Maybe we can also check if it's empty. Perhaps that should be a multi-set then, but I'm not very confident with syntax for multi-set. So I'll do it this bootleg way, where I'm saying if the bid map bid amount is 0, then we should just erase that bid amount, because there's no more users that have bid on that amount. Yes, so now I'll just call remove bid. And then add bid. What else? What does they want from us? Get highest bidder. So all items. item ID dot begin. Is that it? No, not first. All right, let me try and think here. What is, so int to this map. So I get this item, I got this map of bids to users. So this is the highest bid, and it's a map. So what am I saying? I want the R begin. And I want the R begin. Yeah, that's what I want, man. Let's see what the hell. No member name R begin. Is that true? What the hell? Map and set. How to find biggest item in C++ set. R begin. Oh, you know what? Come on, man. I gotta hit them with the dang... right? No. Hold on. Oh, I know why. I know why. Wait, I just forget all my syntax, man. Wait, what the hell is this timer? Contest is over and I didn't finish Q3. I'm trying to find the actual element. I just forget all my syntax, really. Can I do this, man? This should be a map, right? And then that should be a set. So that's the first element. Should be a pair. Oh, I see where I was messing up, man. So it's R begin. All right, I'm confusing myself. This R begin is a pair. I need R begin second. And then R begin R begin. That's it. And then I dereference it. Imperialism. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe this ain't it, man. I'm struggling. But I'm gonna try and figure it out. with a C out. Daksh Banshal, what's happening? And Parth Joshi, how are you doing? No Scoped JFK2, what's happening? I did 1,000 LeetCode problems 2 years back, then got busy with work. Now I've got 50% of them. So discouraged as I want to switch jobs. Yeah, it's Daksh. Oh, my bad. What's happening? Daksh. Not Daksh. Well, forgive me for mispronouncing your name. Here we go. Hey, no scoped, man. That's how it is, but I promise you it will come back to you a lot faster than the first time around. So you just gotta get in there. I haven't done LeetCode in like a few months, and I'm really struggling. So I only got one item, 7, right? So then this should be a map of all bids. Everything is a struggle. What data structure am I using for this? I don't even know, Q. I'm using an unordered int to map int to set int. My man saying I'm rusty in each problem. That's because it is true. Alright, so these are all my items and bids. Eight. So how come... Oh wait, so those are my bids, but then I guess there's I guess that should be a set. It's a real struggle fest today. So I see. So the answer should be 211. And what the hell am I returning? It doesn't even work, is the problem. Why is it tripping, man? Second. Can I just hit them with that? NG dang that. What's happening? Long time no see. Yeah, I've been away for a while. Hey, how come I can't get this dang max element? Maybe it's empty? Oh, if it no... Ah, that's what it is. If no bit exists, return -1. So... Jesus Christ, man. Alright, so that's the problem. Do I have to do that? Still ain't right, man. Oh, I suppose this item ID could also be junk. Should I just do a find? I forget how to code already, man. So I'm doing like all these silly things, like trying to remember syntax. Jesus Christ, finally. Don't need none of this junk. Oh, Q, what you saying, man? Can the iterator be null? Yeah, that's what was happening. Best way to shake off that rust, huh? By practicing LeetCode, I guess. Alright, this whole contest sucks for me, man. I've failed every single problem except the first one. And I've actually tried, you know? I don't think I'm ready to take contests again. But I think I know the problem here. Because when we remove a bid, and we erase this, and we erase that. So now if we erase that, then if this bitmap size is 0, we should also erase that, you know? Right? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna submit. Honestly, I struggled on this contest too. Dang, 506. Come on now. 506 out of 508. Yeah, I've only solved one problem on this contest queue. That sucks. Mayank Jaria. Hey, how you doing? How the hell I'm gonna pass almost every single test case except this one? I must be doing something crazy. So we add a bid. User item 1 for $10. User 2 item 1 $7. And user 1 item 1 for $5. How did it trip like that? How? All right. We should have removed this bid completely. Add bid, add bid. Oh, you know what? The add bid. I see. Inserts the user ID here, but it doesn't replace the old bid. So when we add a bid, and if it already exists, so all right, if user bids not find key, then we can do that. Wait, if we found this bid, we gotta can we just call update bid? Or am I gonna enter some kind of crazy recursive thing, you know? Maybe I should just remove bid. And then if I remove the bid, then everything else is the same, yeah? All right, cool. Jesus Christ. It's crazy, man. Problem sucked, but it wasn't too bad, really. It was just a little bit confusing with the data structure, but it was all basic stuff, kind of. Maybe if I had a pen and paper for this problem, it would be a lot easier, I think. I was trying to, like, store everything in my head and a little bit of notes, I guess. Easy clap? No. Q2 shouldn't have been a Q2. You think Q2 was like a Q3? I use priority queue here. Yeah, I think I was thinking of a priority queue initially, but then I decided not to use it because I wasn't sure how I'd remove a bid after you insert it into the priority queue, you know? So then I decided to just use this weird data structure of a bunch of stuff, nested maps. Q2 and Q3 should have swapped, yeah. Alright, I think if I actually took this contest, I'd have gotten this Q3. Because at some point, I believe I would have given up on Q2 and actually tried Q3. And maybe when I'm streaming, I spend a lot of time talking to chat, so I'm not like fully focused as well. But either way, I'd have gotten my ass kicked on this contest if I only had Q1, Q3. This question is off topic, but what keyboard are you using? That is not off topic, man. It's a Bubble 75. That's the name of the keyboard. But I'm not sure you can purchase one right now. They're all sold out. You're gonna have to buy one like used. Is this the one? Yeah. There it is, the Bubble 75. Anyways. What am I gonna do now, man? I feel like I just spent so much brain juice doing this virtual contest. But I'm ready to do some more, perhaps. Should we do a random zero track? Hey, is Elite Room still working? Should we do a Elite Rooms Clash of Code? Let me see if Elite Rooms is still up. Oh yeah. Well, here we go. Leet rooms. All right, Leet room. For those of you who don't know, Leet rooms is an extension for Chrome only that allows us to solve the same problems in a room together. So Q Ultimus just joined my room, so he's gonna see the same problems that I'm seeing right here. These 4 problems: count binary substrings, minimum distance between BST nodes, maximum product of the length of 2 palindromic subsequences, and path with maximum probability. And we can see when each other finishes the problems. Here we go. Given a binary string S, return the number of non-empty substrings that have the same number of zeros and ones, and all the zeros and all the ones in these substrings are grouped consecutively. Substrings that occur multiple times are counted the number of times they occur. It's a crazy problem for easy. Hold on, right? One, two, three, 4. Yo, how do you do this, man? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I forgot these ones. 1, 2, Jesus Christ. This one is tricky. Don't defense wants to do a type racer. We can do a type racer, man. Hey, earlier today, I tried to do a type racer, and there's a limit to how many people. Why can't we hear a type racer sound? I don't know. Maybe it's just a little bit low. But anyways, there's a limit to type racer racetracks. And so I upgraded my account to a premium account for the first time ever. And now I'm a paying member of Type Racer for now, I suppose. I paid $20 for the year, but I suppose I've used the website for so many years, I should just pay it. Doesn't feel right, but I guess it's all right. All right, here's the link. First race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. So free accounts, they've introduced this limit of only 10 people for the racetrack, free account. All right, here we go. First race, warm-up time. I need a type racer cam set up. What kind of quote was that, man? Anyways, dang, 125. Guest from the USA. Anyways. Are you guys ready? Championship round. All right. I'm ready. This is for all the money. Championship round. Dang, don't defense 116. You barely got by, man. I made a terrible mistake in the middle, but I feel like I was zooming. Dang, look at that. I hit a 148. I was zooming at the end. I didn't know I could physically type that fast, man. I suppose if I could just not make mistakes, I'd be a lot faster. How I'm so good. Hey, what was your speed? 114. Dang. Bump. Wait, no. 116. All right, let me put that up on the website. Wait, gotta be the keyboard? You never know. Yeah, you've been putting up some crazy numbers since we've been back. There it is. Don't defense. Don't defense. 118, 115, 116. And I think this race he had a crazy number too, man. You're using Vim enabled, right? How are you enabled to go left and right? I don't use Vim enabled, man. I'm not a Vim person. I'm a click around with my mouse type of person, man. Alright, what we're doing this dang room. Shit. Where's the room at? And how do you do this problem, man? I guess I need to keep track of like a streaks and stuff. What am I trying to do? So I'm iterating through this string. If the string, or if the character is dang. Why am I doing that? I'll just start at 1. Question, the 1 million points is you giving the keyboard? Yeah. Somebody redeemed that already. But I'll do it again if somebody has 1 million more points, maybe. Q Ultimus redeemed that. I built the keyboard. I don't even know if Q still uses that keyboard because he says it's too slow. It's not a, it's a more of a luxury keyboard than a race car, you know. Anyways, What was I trying to do? I used it on my electronic stuff like Raspberry Pi. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. So I'm trying to check if si equal si minus 1, then we increment the streak. Otherwise, otherwise what? I don't know. I ain't too sure about this problem, man. Maybe I gotta do one more thing like this at the end. I'm not confident this is gonna pass, but I'll send it. Worked. This problem was tricky. I don't think this is that easy. Oh wait, how do you obtain 1,000,000 points? Yeah, it's tough. I remember when Q started using it and his WPM dropped by 25. Yeah. I don't know if he ever won a type racer on that keyboard. You bet? Yeah, you gotta bet money or bet channel points. You gotta do some crazy bets. I haven't done any Twitch bets since I started streaming again, but I'll start back one day. You're over level for easy problems? Nah, some easy problems give me trouble. Like that one gave me trouble. This one apparently gives me trouble. Given the roots of a binary search tree, return the minimum difference between the values of any two different nodes in the tree. Any two different nodes in the tree. Should I cheat? I could cheat, man. Or I could do like an in-order traversal, which is probably how they want you to do it. But I could cheat, put everything into an array, sort it, and then just take the diff between two numbers, the minimum diff. But I'm going to try to not cheat, man. I'm going to try to do it how they want me to do it. So, in order traversal, how do you do that? It's like, oh wait, maybe I should do... How do you do in order? It's like, go left. And then you process the node. Then you go right. Yeah. So, alright, if I go here, I go left, I go left. Oh, in order would mean think I can do this, but how do I look at my previous node? I'm gonna do something crazy. No, let me think a little bit. What is that Instagram photo print? What do you mean? Instagram photo print? Oh, these things. Yeah. I used to have some prints as decoration in the background, but I don't have them up right now. So if every node I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna just, all right. I'm gonna do this. So, and then I'll keep an answer. And I want the minimum difference. So I'll do int max. So in order traversal is going to visit the nodes in order of their value, starting from the lowest number. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's in order traversal in a binary search tree. So in order traversal is you go left, you process the current node, then you go right. So in this case, when we process the current node, I want to take the difference between the current node and the previous. So I say if prev is greater than int min, that means we actually have a previous. And I'll say the diff is the current node and then or subtract the previous. The previous will always be smaller since we're going in order of the value. And we can set the answer to that. And then we set the previous to the current value. That's what I think will work here. But I think doing this is kind of bootleg. A nice recursive solution would just return the answer. But it's wrong because what am I doing, man? Oh, because this should be min. We're looking for the min, not the max. Dang, still wrong. What the heck? I don't know. Which keyboard am I using? Bubble 75. Diff is between any nodes n? Yeah, any nodes, but if you go at them in order, then you just need to compare two. But I have a bug in my code. I need to find it real quick. Why is it tripping? I feel like I'm crazy. That should at least trigger once, yeah? But it doesn't. So that means like this never gets set. It's seem. Oh, man. Come on, man. I didn't call the dang function, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. Anyways. Easy problem. Q3. Maximum product of the length of two palindromic subsequences. Given a string S, find two disjoint palindromic subsequences of S such that the product of their lengths is maximized. The two subsequences are disjoint if they do not both pick a character at the same index. Return the maximum possible product of the lengths of the two palindromic subsequences. What are they trying to ask me, man? LeetCode com. Answer is 9. An optimal solution is to choose E, T, E. Oh. What the hell is this? And CDC. Is this a take it or leave it? Dang. Oh, only 12. Yeah. So I guess for each index we have 3 choices. We can put it in the first palindrome. We can put it in the second palindrome, or we can completely skip the character and it's not included in anything. But man, I've solved this before. Let me see when I did this problem. I think I can do it, but let's see. Dang, what the hell? I did this 5 years, 4.5 years ago. Barely did it, it seems. That's crazy, man. And I haven't tried to attempt this problem since. Hey, what was that date? September 11th, 2021. I'm not even certain I know DP back then, so... But man, 12, it feels like this is just brute force. I forget how to calculate time complexities with some things. Alright, dang, 6 minutes left in the room. Hey, what the hell, Raxo? Maybe there's a bug? How you gonna get something that's not solved? You're the Grandmaster, man. Hey, Portnoy, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. What list did I save this in? Oh no. I actually don't know what to do here. But I'm gonna try something, man. I'm going to try something crazy. So here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do some type of recursion where at every index, I'm going to select the current index to either go to string A, to string B, or to skip it completely. And at the end of this recursion, once I've checked every index and done all the stuff, so once we're out of bounds, then I'll check if string A and B are palindromes, and if they are, then I will multiply the size of them and remember. So is palindrome, this takes in a string and it's gonna, how do you do is palindrome again? Like this. I think so. All right. So if they're both palindromes, then I guess I'll return a dot length times b dot length. So at every index, I choose to add it to A. So it's like I'm gonna use this DFS thing, this DFS lambda, DFS. So I go to the next index, and this becomes so that's A. That's for B, to add it to B. And then that's skipping everything completely. And then I guess, this is skip. So and then I just need the max of all of those, right? Let's see if that works. Start from 0, and then we just have empty strings. What do they want here from me? I don't know. I read wrong. Q1. Hey, Q1 was kind of tough, man. Hey, what the hell is going on? Can I do that, man? Can I add a thing like that? Or should I make another copy? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm creating a lot of copies here. fuck? Look at your base case again? What you talking about? Well, I mean, that's a problem, but I think there's still... Why can't I do this? I also got 2 S's there. I don't know if that's a problem either. You said there's another problem? What's wrong with it? I gotta go soon, but I thought I could do this. Another issue. Wait, what's my problem, man? I'd prefer not to make so many copies. I guess I could do the backtracking thing, but I'm not sure if that's the way either. What is this? What does this error even mean? Oh, I see, I see. Wait, your while loop looks infinite. Yeah, maybe that's what's happened. But hey, my bad. A Gypsy Girl 80, welcome to the party. Everything's still wrong though. I'm only returning 1? How is that possible? It's crazy talk, man. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. It's only getting 1 letter, man. What autism rating do you give me? Whatever score you want, man. You can get it. Whatever score you needed to pass the test. If you want to pass. Man. Look at the ISPAL funk. Come on, man. Come on. What are y'all doing? So silly. Oh, Jesus. I already erased all that junk. I'm clearly not in tune with what's going on. Let's see if this is fast enough. That's crazy. It's fast enough, man. This is such a terrible solution. It's creating all types of copies here. But, you know, each thing is only 12 characters at most. So maybe the copies aren't that bad. I'm surprised that worked. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Hey, I've been making all types of silly mistakes the last few days, so it's all good. You can improve it by forcing the first character of S to always be from the first string. What you talking about, Raxo? Oh. What are you talking about, man? That's what I was thinking. Anyways, time's up. I'm curious to see what Raxo did and Leet Whale. So let's look at Raxo's. What the fuck? Bitmask. Why didn't I think of that, man? Why didn't I think of doing the Bitmask? But then alright. Even with the Bitmask, I have some questions because it's not. How do you know which one it went to? Is there like something else you have to? I don't know. Trit mask. Wait. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How do you differentiate between like the bit mask would tell you which indices you've already selected. And then there's something which palindrome the index went to, right? But I don't know what the hell this is. Maybe one day I should actually read it. I don't even know what you're doing, man. My solution is 2 to the n times n squared. I don't even know how you calculate them crazy time complexes, man. I feel like I'm not real good at doing that for anything that's not standard, you know. Oh yeah, you just did the take it or leave it for sure. Basically the same solution. All right, that's it for me tonight, man. I gotta go, but I'll be on tomorrow. Hey, I was having trouble earlier today during my working web dev session. Like nothing was working on my computer, so I had some suspicions, man, and I went in there and I operated on my PC physically, removed all the things I suspected. The one thing I suspected was my RAM. So I just popped it out and I popped it back in, and then everything works again, man. Yeah, I didn't reseat everything, just the RAM. Because I've had like my computer just freeze and shut down a few times on me, like 3 times on me in the last 2 weeks. And then sometimes things would just hang and they wouldn't do anything. And my terminal wasn't working earlier. I could not get the terminal to work. Docker wasn't working either. I couldn't get that to work. And I think Docker wasn't working because the terminal wasn't working. And I tried all types of things. And then I'm just like, you know what's always works for me? When everything else fails, I just reseat things in there. So I did that, and now my PC is working real nice. But anyways, I gotta get out of here, man. It's midnight. But I'll be on around 10 a.m. tomorrow for some vibe coding. You try plugging it in? Yeah, that's what I did, man. All right, who we gonna raid? Anybody doing LeetCode? Stew Squared, maybe. But let's look for LeetCoders. Nobody. Nobody. We're gonna hit Stew Squared, man. I haven't seen Stew in a long time. And we should say hi. Is Q Ultima streaming? I haven't seen Q stream in years, man. Anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's time for me to go now. So Q Ultimus, adios amigo. Steven Sagiball, I'll see you tomorrow or whenever. Raxo, Leetwhale, thank you for all the help. See you later. Pinto Fool, have a good night, man. Good to see you again as well. Don't Defense, have a good night. Hey, what's this? You got a Hornet next here, name on thing, Don't Defense. Everybody else, Gypsy Girl, have a good night. Everybody from YouTube, have a good night. Suraj and Mayank and whoever else is out there lurking. See you later. Portnoy, have a good night, man. Thank you for tuning in. Now that you're unemployed, can I bribe you to ban NCC? Hey, I don't think you can. But NCC ain't even around, you know. Hopefully NCC comes back soon. Alright, everybody. Let's go raid Stew Squared. Stew Squared usually does Advent of Code every year, like meticulously. So let's go see what's up right now.